You've been sold a profound and comforting lie about the mechanics of attraction. The lie says women choose a partner based on gentle concepts like shared values, deep emotional connection, or finding a symmetrical soulmate. Those soft narratives are marketed to keep you emotionally invested. The cold analytical truth, the only thing that sustains long-term desire, is the singular factor of security. This security is a multifaceted shield against the unpredictable world. It's the ultimate form of risk elimination. Female desire is fundamentally programmed by ancestral mandates to select the partner who offers the highest level of guaranteed survival, stability, and resource acquisition for herself and any potential children. Your entire value proposition in the dating market is weighed solely by your ability to function as a high-utility, low-risk resource vehicle. This functional imperative translates into two non-negotiable demands that define your attractiveness: resource concentration and emotional stability. Resource concentration is the external shield. This means possessing assets, money, professional status, intellectual competence, social network, that are scarce, difficult to acquire, and reliably maintained. This is the hard proof that you can defend against external hardship and ensure a high standard of living. Emotional stability is the internal shield. This means you are utterly self-possessed, predictable in a crisis, and immune to cheap emotional volatility. This is the hard proof that you can defend against internal chaos and drama. The spark, the chemistry, the attraction women describe is often a visceral, subconscious recognition of this stability and scarcity. It is the immediate primal assessment that you represent an efficient, safe, and powerful anchor. Any man who lacks either the concentrated resources or the foundational emotional stability is rapidly relegated to the lower tiers of partnership viability, regardless of how nice, supportive, or deeply he claims to be in love. Security is the currency. Everything else is negotiable. The demand for security in today's environment is amplified by the illusion of infinite choice, created by dating technology. In a world of apparent limitless options, hypergamy, the drive to seek a partner of equal or greater status, is optimized to an extreme degree. Women are no longer forced to compromise on security. They are perpetually chasing the man who can offer the maximum possible elimination of risk, which is always the highest tier of competence and success available to them. This hyper-optimization leads directly to the primary reason for rejection: risk aversion. A man is not rejected for emotional flaws. He is rejected for representing a liability. The man who is still navigating career uncertainty or emotional turbulence is a financial risk, a time risk, and an emotional risk. The high-value man, the man with demonstrably realized and concentrated assets, has already mitigated these risks. He offers assets, social proof, and a controlled temperament that guarantees a certain quality of life. The critical takeaway is that certainty is the ultimate currency. Women are rationally choosing the certainty of guaranteed security over the high-stakes gamble of raw potential. This is the brutal engine that powers the appeal of the older man with a paid-off home, and controlled demeanor over the younger man with only hope and ambition. The older man is a realized asset that minimizes long-term anxiety. This psychological preference is an evolutionary imperative overriding modern sentimentalism. If you are tired of confusion and want to understand the true unchanging principles that drive partner selection and secure long-term commitment, principles that are rooted in resource flow and emotional control, then take a second right now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join the Psyche Lens community for more intense, unfiltered truths about how value and power fundamentally operate in every human relationship. Do not allow yourself to be misled by comforting but ultimately destructive narratives. While security is the single primary reason for desire, there are numerous secondary assets women demand. The vital analytical point is that these secondary assets are only valued because they function to multiply the primary security. They are not the currency itself. Intelligence, humor. This is valued because it indicates high social and intellectual competence. A man who is witty and smart demonstrates advanced cognitive function, suggesting an ability to navigate complex societal hierarchies and solve problems, which directly contributes to social and resource security. Looks, physicality. This is valued because it indicates genetic quality and vitality. A man who is physically fit and attractive suggests he can pass on healthy genes and has the physical competence to protect and provide for the family unit. This serves biological security, emotional availability. This is the most misunderstood asset. It is valued only after the primary security threshold is met. If a man is powerful, stable, and rich but somewhat aloof, she will tolerate the aloofness. If a man is highly sensitive, emotionally available, and poor, he is rapidly downgraded. Emotional sensitivity without structural stability is a high-cost liability. It signals neediness and a lack of self-containment. The overwhelming mistake average men make is leading with the multipliers. They attempt to win through excessive emotional labor, being the nice guy or prioritizing physical fitness, believing this is enough. It is not. These traits are merely accelerants. They cannot substitute the base currency of desire, which is resource and structural security. A man must establish the currency before the multipliers have any impact whatsoever. Any expression of female dissatisfaction, whether it's complaints about a lack of attention or a feeling of boredom, is a veiled signal of a perceived or real breach in the security foundation. She is signaling that your ability to eliminate risk in her life, whether financial or emotional, is currently insufficient. The single most powerful directive for any man seeking to attract and retain desire is to become a scarce asset. The more difficult you are to replace, the higher your perceived value and the greater the security you represent. Scarcity is not built by chasing her. It is built by relentlessly focusing on your purpose and protecting your boundaries. Unwavering purpose. Your mission, your career ambition, or your drive to achieve must be the highest non-negotiable priority in your life. This dedication guarantees your long-term resource concentration. When your purpose is strong, you signal to her that your stability is internal and external, and not dependent on her presence or validation. This is the foundation of respect. Impenetrable boundaries. The willingness to defend your time, your space, and your core values without apology signals that you are the architect of your own world. A man who is in control of his own sphere is inherently capable of controlling and stabilizing the sphere for his partner. This reinforces both respect and emotional security. The moment you sacrifice your boundary for easy peace, you sacrifice respect. A woman's desire is not maintained by constant comfort or easy availability. It is sustained by tension and unyielding respect. Tension is created by your scarcity, the fact that you have a consuming mission outside of her. Respect is maintained by your boundaries, the fact that you will not compromise your core self for emotional validation. The man who allows his emotional state to be dictated by his partner's moods has forfeited his security and, therefore, his attractiveness. Refuse to be the regulator of her emotions. Focus on being the stable, powerful anchor. This is the single brutal reason why women choose you, and the only reason they stay.